is all going to come back on us if we don't have a professional, accurate reading. My name's Tindall. I own Patch Pro Drywall. Yeah, a lot of times we'll get on projects and a customer has done some kind of homework or some kind of due diligence to tell me that the leak is only this small and we only need to repair this area. But our experience just by looking at a job says, this is bigger than normal, something's going on. And we can't give a customer a very high estimate based on what we think is happening when they're telling us this is a 4 square foot repair because of whatever research they've done. So we'll bring in a moisture meter and we'll say, let us just check out your situation. And we begin to check the area before we provide the estimate. It allows us to give them a very good, clear example. Like one customer said, I have this tape bubbling. This is all, I just need a few inches of tape bubbling, should be your minimum repair. And I looked at it and was like, there's something going on here. No, we just want the minimum. But if I go in there and do the minimum, I'm gonna get pinned with any problems that continue to come of this resultant moisture. So I said, let's just do a double check. Seems like it's really small. Let's read it. And as we read it together, it allowed the customer to see that there's a bigger issue going on. It allowed me to explain the issue that I found. And the other way we'll use a moisture meter in real life is we'll be able to tell a customer if the leak has been repaired or not. A lot of times they hire a handyman or a professional to come out and fix it. No one really knows if they actually fixed the product or the issue that was causing the problem in the roof. And so we'll come in after everything's been said and done. We'll wait for a heavy rain, or if it's a plumbing related issue, it should be relevant. And we'll moisture meter before we do the repair. So maybe everything's demoed and appears to be fixed, but the moisture meter will tell us there's still moisture coming in, or it's not been completely dried out from the damage and we're not going to proceed with drywall at that point. Yeah, there are times when we come on a job that the homeowner tells us this job is 100% ready to go. We just want it fixed. We want the problem to be gone. We've done all the due diligence and it's repaired. If we come in on the customer's knowledge and we repair that, then they accuse us sometimes of not fixing all the damage when more moisture comes back or something's going on. So sometimes we'll come in and prior to even starting, everything looks really good. And we'll get a moisture reading that's probably, 5-10% higher than the rest of the house. And we'll say, to our indication, there's some still relevant moisture here. We can't go forward until this has been addressed. And then they'll address it. And then we're not going to be liable or on the hook when there's continued failure. If something goes wrong in the moisture world and we don't do our due diligence and our homework, the industry is so tough right now on mold, health-related issues, high-risk health patients in their home who could have even bigger issues than just breathing some mold. And so the liability of us proceeding with a repair and not really doing the homework to make sure the moisture's gone is pretty big, because someone can say, I'm sick because of you, or my family's unsafe because of you. And even if that doesn't happen, the costs that can roll in with tearing open more walls, justifying our problem, or paying for a homeowner not to be home because they feel it's not safe is all going to come back on us if we don't have a professional, accurate reading that when the concern comes up, we can say, here's our policy, here's what we looked at, and this is what we found. And so for us, it mitigates risk by just taking a few readings, documenting them, and making sure the customer's comfortable with everything. We're very informal about how we deliver it, but it's always saved. So our documentation process is we'll send it through a text message that's then recorded in the notes of our job. We'll send it through an email. If it's a very particular case that we think there's a lot of risk to us, we will send it in our estimate, in our notes, saying we performed a moisture reading at the estimate phase during our inspection. This is what we found. And until these are resolved or until this happens, we can't proceed or approve based on these moisture readings. So a lot of times it's in our estimate if it's high risk. Otherwise, we just document that we noted it, we showed it to them, and we save a screenshot of the moisture meter or something like that in our file.